Hi, I'm still in the hills. As you can see the background, it is the sun rising in Manali, about to rise, I would think. I was thinking of doing a topic like should financial advisors, MFDs, IFAs, RAs, should they do pre bono work or free work? Pre bono means actually it comes from, I think, from the Latin word pre bono publica, for the public good. Should you do free work for the public good? I know a lot of financial advisors raise money for charity. I myself, when I do lectures for groups which can't afford my fees, I ask them to contribute it to charity. So that we do. But should we render professional work free? The answer is a little mixed, because your first primary job is to do good quality work for good quality clients and collect fees. That's your main most important thing. But apart from that, should you work free with anybody? There are two sides to it. One is when you're in managing wealth, largely it means people who already have money and they need to invest. So I don't know whether they really need your services free. For example, a bunch of doctors are not kind of people who really need your services free. I was asked by a pharma company whether I would charge for a bunch of orthopedic surgeons. Look, if I don't charge orthopedic surgeons, how do I live? So yeah, charging orthopedic surgeons is a no-brainer. You will charge them. However, there are a lot of places where you can do free work, but let me give you the warning. The first primary aim is to work for yourself, earn money. That is important. Second, you can do free work, but you have to be very careful, because even with free work, the regulatory risk remains. Somebody can still go and complain to SEBI that you said something wrong, or so the regulatory risk remains. You will spend your time, you will put in a lot of effort. Even if I have to do a free lecture, I have to put in a similar kind of effort. So I do free lectures once in a while, not necessarily for people who can't afford, but for people who do not even know that such a service exists. You don't know where to start. I think the easiest place to start is start with your domestic servant. Your domestic servant, your driver, if you have a helper, if you have a cook, if you have employees, start with them, because they may themselves not know that such services are available for them also. Start with the parents and or children of your employees. If you have older employees, get their children. If you have younger employees, get their parents. You want to go beyond that, go to your school, go to your college, gather all the teachers. Maybe on 5th of September you say, look, there is a role reversal. You have taught me and made me whatever I am, and today it is my turn to give back to you. So I will teach you personal finance. That's a great thing to do. Go to some hospital where you can round up all the healthcare professionals. I'm talking of nurses, ward boys, and those kind of people. If you don't know them, talk to a couple of your doctor friends, and they will be able to put you in touch with them. Pick up workers in the film industry, not because they need your services, but because they don't even know. Obviously, actor, a Shah Rukh Khan or a Deepika Padukone does not need you, but there are lightmen, cameramen, all those boys who may not even know that such services are available. Secondly, there are small businessmen, somebody running like this boutique hotel called Khwab, where I am. Small hotel, 8 rooms. So these are all young entrepreneurs who are just starting out. They may not even feel the need for financial advice, but you can give them advice on how to borrow, where to borrow from, how salaries can be structured in case they have employees, right? These kind of small things. Why should you do it free now? Simply because this is a time when many people are going through hardships. They do not know from where to borrow. For example, I found somebody trying to break their mutual fund because they wanted money, and he had a lot of LIC policies. I mean the Life Insurance Corporation policies, which were old, which were 18 years old and 17 years old. So I said, look, there is a cash value in that. You could go and borrow money against that, and you won't have to repay. You will have to repay that only when the policy matures after 6-7 years, and it will be adjusted against the maturity value. That was a much easier and a cheaper source of money to get than in March or in about July 2020, when she wanted to break her mutual funds. She's benefited a lot. Her portfolio has almost doubled, and she is going to be eternally thankful. It is not the rate of interest which matters. It is not even the convenience of getting the money which matters. The easiest place to get money from is of course from your savings bank account. But when people don't know that they can get money from their LIC policies or from their national savings certificate maturities, when they don't know all that, their first attempt is to break mutual funds, immaterial of whether they're making money in it or not making money in it. Now instead of July 2020, when she would have removed 2 lakhs from her mutual funds, I got her to borrow about 1,30,000 from her insurance policies, which was actually sufficient for her. Here she was wanting to remove the 2 lakhs because 2 lakhs was available, not because she needed 2 lakhs. So some small counseling where now her 2 lakh portfolio is worth almost 4 lakhs. It's about 3,60,000 or 3,70,000. So she's going to be eternally grateful. Will it come back to me? No, I don't think so. She's not a person who is going to come and give me any business. Anyway, I'm not looking for business. There is of course the downside of risk, and there is always the downside that people will say, he must be coming here to make some money. He was hoping it is a marketing effort. There will be cynics, but don't worry about the cynics. Your 8th standard physics teacher who today needs some guidance on how to invest her retirement money or how to invest some other money which she has got, she will be grateful to you for giving her free good quality advice. So yes, pro bono work can be done, maybe it should be done. And if you don't know where to do, just look around you. There are enough people, small businessmen and school teachers, municipal sweepers, etc. Yes, you don't even think that they need financial advice, but the people who don't know that they need financial advice are normally the people who need it the most. It could be credit, it could be borrowing. People would be borrowing at ridiculously high rates on their credit cards, whereas a personal loan could be cheaper. Or if they have a fully paid out home mortgage, they could take a small loan against that for children's education. All these kinds of facilities are available, as long as you are well educated about it and you take the necessary precautions, saying, look, this is free advice, you can take it, I will not give it in writing, and it's not subject to any SEBI full disclosure. Make it and say, I'm not selling anything to you. It is pro bono, and believe it, it is pro bono. And it could be a very simple thing. My housemaid, for example, didn't know that it is cheaper for her to buy a railway pass than to buy tickets, because she thought she was traveling only 14-15 days a month. And I had to tell her that it was cheaper to buy a railway pass. Is this pro bono advice? Yes, it is. And we all anyway do it, right? If you have a servant, if you have a driver, if you have a maid, we anyway give free advice. We say, don't keep so much money in savings bank account, shift it to fixed deposit, or put it in a SIP, in a mutual fund, or buy some term insurance. We do it pro bono. We can do it on a sustained basis, and I think it will pay back. And somebody coming and saying, okay, can you also handle my portfolio? That could happen at some stage. I'm beyond that stage. I'm not really looking for new business, so my case is slightly different. But even I have got the IIMs, I have got a bunch doctors associations, etc. When I do training for them, I ask them to directly donate money to a charity, which is more tax efficient for us and for me and for them. So yeah, some of these things you can do, and you can also do pro bono for a lot of people who don't even think it is available for them. Thank you.